All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your mind. Often imitated, but never duplicated. It's the Gathering of Old Men Podcast. Myself, TT, and Mullo, talk into this week's event. I want to also welcome Doc Holliday from HBCU Overdrive. It's been an interesting 24 hours. It's been an interesting 24 hours. So let me go ahead and address a few things. Last night, I appeared on the ONG podcast with a panel of rattlers, and it was a wonderful experience. For those who were there and got to see Troy in all his glory, welcome. And welcome, and I'm sorry. If you were not prepared for that, I'm sorry. If you a fan of schools in North Carolina, I ain't really sorry. I said what I said. Stone Cookman, y'all called it straight last night. But again, I need my orange checks. I need my orange check sugar-free soda.
First of all, you talking about they catch strays. We do headshots.
Hey, yo, man.
We don't just shoot. They don't accidentally catch one. It's all on purpose.
Good evening, Emmett. Good evening. Welcome. As always, if you are not a member or are not subscribed to the Fat Mouth Sports channel, watch.fatmouthsports.net. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, comment. We always look to see what people have to say, what we can do better. And I just like the conversation. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always good. So again, watch.fatmouthsports.net. Before we get started, we're expecting Edward Waters coach, Mr. Brian Jenkins Sr. Here hopefully shortly. So hopefully we don't have any issues. But a few things happened yesterday. Paige Beckers went off of 44. She is the superhero that we deserve. Now I know that there's a lot of people talking about they need the trade Paige. So
whoa. Pop your break. Who talking about trading Paige?
Hey, not necessarily Paige, but they're talking about because of their winning and not winning and all this other stuff. Because they made a bunch of changes and trades earlier. People start saying they need to make more trades. If you gonna trade somebody, trade Paige to Vegas and put her alongside the MVP.
It's the coach. It is the coach. The head basketball coach for the Dallas Wings is not who he is. He's really doesn't have no in-game adjustments. He doesn't do anything right. Like, they're basically out there just hooping and trying to throw up a wing and a prayer. No pun intended. But if you trade Paige, like, that basically saying, like, you really, really don't care about basketball. You don't care about that team whatsoever. So that's why I'm like, no, you don't touch Paige. Paige stays in Dallas. She is going to be a staple of the city. She is very light in the city. So you don't touch that that's an investment right there. You don't touch that investment right there.
That's just like saying trade Jordan.
Right. Right.
That just don't make sense.
Let's trade LeBron.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the watch your mouth. As soon, like, how you even let that fall off your tongue?
Right.
No.
That don't make sense to me.
Will at some point be the best player in the WNBA.
People forget she is a rookie.
Oh no, ain't nobody forgot. Ain't nobody forgot.
Yeah,
But
she heard of.
That's the highlight of the WNBA. The low light of the WNBA is that the WNBA has blocked the sale of the Connecticut Suns. Apparently, the NBA does not want regular billionaires to own WNBA franchises
Regular billionaires.
because
Let's dive into that statement right there. Did you say regular and billionaire in the same sentence?
non-NBA billionaire owners, they only want NBA owners to own WNBA franchises.
Basically,
Because
they want the NBA owners to be tied into the WNBA franchise. So basically, they can try to get somewhat of a revenue, like bring some type of revenue income into the team.
the problem with that is, well, there's a bunch of problems. So problem number one is NBA owners is how we got here in the first place. That's how we got here in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So, that's problem number one.
Mm-hmm.
Problem number two is if you just get regular billionaire owners, they're going to do what's in the best interest of their franchise and not the NBA.
Right.
So, in the midst, we got to remember this is in the midst of a collective bargaining agreement. And the WNBA Players Association are trying to play the good PR mode. They're not publicly talking about money or revenue share. They're talking about benefits and services and all of that stuff. The brass tacks of everything is this come down to money.
Right. You got to talk about it. Like the thing about it is the players are getting paid. The players pretty much is getting paid like almost a teacher salary. Let's just put it just like that.
Yes. Which is a shame in itself.
It's a shame. They don't get no type of revenue sharing off of their merchandise, anything like that. And now you saying to the W that you only want NBA owners to own the teams, which if I'm looking at what G Boone said, it was the reason why they left out in the first place years ago. So why would you backtrack? Because like if somebody it's just like saying to me, that's just like saying if the NBA, like, okay, with the sale of the Mavericks, right? Let's just put it just like this. The sale of the Mavericks. Mark Cuban wasn't he was an NBA fan, but he was a regular billionaire. He wasn't
regular and billionaire.
Right. He wasn't even from Dallas. Like he was from I think he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh. He's an IT guy.
Yeah, he's and he's like just say with Patrick Dumont and the Allison group and everything that bought the Mavericks this year from Mark Cuban. They're not regular billionaires.
That's just like saying the guy who owns the Clippers. He wasn't no NBA guy.
But what I'm saying is that the NBA only wants NBA owners to own WNBA teams. They don't care about who owns NBA teams because those will be, and I know Marla don't want to hear me say this, those are going to be regular billionaires that buy NBA teams. They want NBA billionaires to buy the WNBA because the NBA wants to control the WNBA. As long as they can, exactly.
They got it. They got it built that way. And when you look at how the WNBA operates under it, well, they operate within a deficit year in and year out. A lot of that has to do with how they're marketed. And when you look at the NBA and the money that they will put into the WNBA, those numbers are inflated so they can write it off. So all this talk about the WNBA, they lose money every year. Okay, if the WNBA is losing money, guess what the NBA owners that own these teams are doing? They're writing all of those losses off, and it's not technically a loss. It's a wash because they get that money right back from the government. They're subsidized by the state and by the federal government. So they're getting the money back from the stadium, right? Because the stadium is its own operating cost. That operating cost of that stadium is a tax write-off. Just like when you write off your home office, that's literally what the NBA is doing with the WNBA team. So all of the money that people say that they're losing, the NBA owners aren't losing that money.
Nope.
And that's why
here's the thing. The WNBA been in existence for 28 years, right?
Yeah.
They've been losing money for a majority of the years that they've been in existence. They're really supposed to have no. They're really not supposed to have no league.
Listen,
if you really think about it, the W should have been in bankruptcy a long time ago.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Had that Reebok league never went out of business, we wouldn't be here. The NBA would be in competition to run them out of business. Point blank, period. But because that league folded early, Reebok said we don't have the ability to keep this up because they were paying more than the WNBA. It's like we don't have the ability to keep this up. And so they folded that league. But
but you still got Unrivaled. Unrivaled is
and Unrivaled has nothing to do with the WNBA or the NBA, and it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. They are doing numbers. The players are making money. They have health and resources, family resources. They're doing everything the WNBA should be doing, and then some. But it ain't gonna happen because you have these NBA owners. But
But you know what? The reason why they doing that is because they want to keep their product in America.
Yeah,
they was like, most of these players was like, hey, once the season's over with, like, we have to pack up and go abroad, overseas, like to Russia, to France, to Turkey, to to these other countries, just to get make $1 million or $2 million and play maybe 20-30 games where already played 44 games, plus if your team went to the playoffs, it went all the way, let's just say you went all the way to the WNBA finals, like that. I mean, in a sense, for a woman, that's taxing on the body. Then you turn around, you only get a short break. You go overseas and play maybe another 30 or 40 games, and to to get paid a good amount of money. And then you come back. Once you come back, you gotta come back. You don't have enough time. You're basically, you only probably have maybe like a week or two or something like that, and then you got training camp, and then you got another season with the W.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I don't care the bullets I take for it. If you want to quote unquote make America great again, quit allowing our best and our brightest to go work for gangsters. But I'm gonna move on. Something that caught me off guard, and Doc, maybe you can help me with this. Dallas Baptist University will be joining the Pac-12 as a baseball member. One, I didn't even know they was existing, but
What,
I'm told,
EWU?
I'm told they got a major baseball squad.
Oh, hey, look, I'll tell you like this. So I stay in South Urban. I stay off the loop. Like, well, the loop is right in front of my house, my apartment. So you go south on Loop 12. You continue south and hit Spur 408. You basically on the right hand side, you'll see Dallas. It's literally behind the Powder's house, TDJ Church. So, like, literally, they don't. It's not about basketball. They don't have a football team or anything like that. It is strictly about baseball, and the DBU Patriots have built their baseball team from scratch. One point in time, they started out small. They was NAI for a long time, and then they moved up to NCAA to Division I. They have been the regional. They have been the super regionals. They have a very storied history when it comes to baseball. And for them to go into the Pac-12 for baseball only, that's a huge boost for them as far as financially. DBU is not a big school. It's a small private university. They pretty much have a strict morality code. Same thing like BYU.
Doc, I'm gonna cut you off real quick. Coach Jenkins just got in from practice. I'm gonna bring him on the stage. Well, I'm gonna bring him on the stage real quick. Hey, so I know we teased it out earlier. Edward Waters, interim head football coach, Coach Jenkins. Coach Jenkins, welcome to the show. Glad to get you on the show finally. We've been talking about covering Edward Waters for quite some time, and I'm glad to have you on the show. How are you doing today, sir? Can you hear us, Coach?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'll go ahead and run that again. It's been an honor to have you on the show. We've been dying to get Edward Waters coverage, and I said this is the year. This is the year we're gonna do it. So it just so happens that my good friend happens to be very, very close to the head of the Alumni Association. Somebody got background. Is that you, Marlo?
That might be me.
Okay.
That might be me. Yeah.
So we got in contact and we said, hey, we got to get Coach onto the show. Coach, I know it's been a whirlwind. Let's start off I'll start with the big news first. We heard about Mr. Bowden joining the team recently. How has he figured into your quarterback battle?
He's doing good. And first, let me apologize. We had a big storm come through here, and our internet was knocked off and all over the place. So finally, it's just not going. But to answer your question, Noah is competing. I mean, he's not the only quarterback that we have. We have two other transfer guys, BJ Higgins and DJ Booney. So it is a true battle at quarterback. You know, Noah has some good tools and some special tools, but those other two guys are just as good. So right now, I mean, they got a couple more days to see who's going to be the guy. So right now, everybody needs to tighten up and practice with detail and see how it all works out in the finish.
So I know, again, and I use this phrase, and it's a loving phrase, but even though you were already there, you essentially just got off the bus as the head coach. What are you looking forward to early in the season with this squad?
I'm looking forward to leading these young men. I mean, they've been working hard. The transition has been phenomenal. The acceptance of the transition has been warming and just encouraging. So I'm really looking forward to see these young men play. You know, next week they've been going at it and giving everything that we've asked, And right now it's just trying to get them to do things with detail and get them to finish. So, but I'm really looking forward to seeing this team get out on the field and run around and do some things and get paid for the work that they put in.
Doc, you got a question?
Doc Holliday, HBCU over there. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good. You going into the first game of the season next week in Savannah State on the road. What are some things that you're looking at as far as for Savannah State, offensively and defensively wise?
Well, to take it easy on us. Just hopefully they understand I only been in the chair for 6 weeks, and hopefully they'll take it easy on us. I mean, Savannah State is a good program, good, strong program. They got a good, strong defensive line. They got 2 guys on that defensive line that can play anywhere and at any level, and I mean that. So, their defense is going to be pretty strong, and I know those guys over there with G. Punter, the defensive coordinator leading the way. He's a seasoned vet, and I know he's going to have them ready. Offensively, they pose you some threats. They got a big tight end who's last played in the SEC, if I'm not mistaken. He's transferred in, and I'm sure he's going to be a guy who they're going to look to, to make big plays. And, offensively, they like to run the ball behind that big offensive line. And, they got a quarterback that can run it and throw it down the field if they catch you on the play action part of it. So, I'm just looking at a good, solid football team that we're going to be up against.
Also, the addition of Eric Dooley on staff, how has that come about with his expertise as him being a former head coach, with him being a former offensive coordinator? How does that come about with having him on the staff?
Is Eric Dooley on the staff, really? I've heard a lot of that, but I mean, people are going off one picture, but at my practice, I've been calling the plays, so I don't know how people are getting Eric Dooley's on the staff, but if they want to believe that, go ahead. No, I'm just y'all sitting there saying Coach Denzel and he lied his No, Coach Dooley is a wonderful addition to the staff. Me and him are good friends and have often shared, a lot of football ideals offensively. So just having him come over and with his championship eyes and give me some advice on the offense, and with me calling the offense and everything, just his experience alone helps us. So he's able to see some things that I'm not able to see. And, he's able to have input on some things that I'm not used to or haven't done. And you can do nothing but listen to him with those things, because, I mean, he's a seasoned vet. He's an ex-successful head coach. At his time as a coordinator, he's been one of the top coordinators in the SWAC, and in college football. So just having him here on the staff and just being able to be around him every day has helped me as a head coach, as well as this program. So I'm excited about how far this thing can go with Coach Dooley.
All right.
Hey, TP, you got any questions for Coach?
I just want to know, how do we go through the off-season process, with the whole transfer portal? How do we get these kids ready in time for the season, especially for the late additions? Right.
Well, the main thing I did is I let the guys know that things were going to be different, I established that right from the beginning, and I wanted to establish the culture that I wanted, and that was going to be here. And they had to make the decision if they wanted to be here, or if they could take the culture that was going to be here, if it fit what they wanted to be a part of. And if they didn't like it, they could leave and I could replace them. So, we've had some additions here or there, but for the most part, a lot of the guys have stayed on board and have adapted to the culture and what's trying to be built in the direction that we're going in. Of course, we're going to hit the transfer portal in the future. I mean, that's the nature of college football now, but we're not going to steer away from the high school guys, because we know some of the high school guys that's left out there can be some big time players. So we're going to hopefully do a good job at putting our hands in both pots and hopefully come away with some good players.
How do we handle retention? Okay, it's kind of a two-part question, because the whole, the transfer part, you get guys coming in, but how do we How do we manage the retention aspect? Like,
well,
I know
that's an open question, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest, that's an open answer. I mean, and it's kind of give and then take and try to replace and hold on to, but lose. You know, if you get a good player from high school, that is a phenomenal player. He plays for you, have a phenomenal season or so, you may end up losing him. You know, and that's the way it is. If you get a transfer guy that comes in and has a good season, somebody's going to be attracted to him as well. So the retention part of it is very hard. You know, it really is. And it almost doesn't exist in college football at any level. So if any coach tells you, oh, we got a great plan for retention, okay, they're feeding you smoke. Because when it comes down to the dollars and it makes sense to those young men and their families, I mean, they're gonna go with they're gonna go in a direction that helps them the best and helps their families the best. So the only thing you can do as a coach is try to give them the best you can give them. And if you can hold on to them, you know, great. But you got to understand that, you know, the better they play, the more opportunities going to come. And that's where you got to be able to adapt and realize that your team is going to be different every year. And a certain percentage of your team is going to be different. So that's where you got to have a great recruiting plan of give, take, and exchange.
Mullo, you got any questions for Coach?
Yeah, I have a question. I grew up in Jacksonville. I was born there. We lived not far from Edward Waters. As you know, my uncle, he's the head of the Alumni Association right now.
Right.
And I'm Jacksonville, Duval to the core.
Duval.
My question to you, Coach, is how has the community embraced you? Like I'm big on the community vibe, and Jacksonville is a community that once you are in the community, you home.
Right. The community has embraced me very well, and that was something that was very surprising to me. You know, and I'm a head coach that I'm not going to hide and duck. I wear my Edward Water stuff everywhere I go, even to church. And, you know, people come up to me and do you work at Edward Waters? Yes, I'm the head football coach. And then we start a conversation. So the community has been very welcoming, and it's been great. My mornings start off at 6, 7 in the morning with my morning jogs. And I jog through the community. I jog all through downtown. So people get used to seeing my face. You know, Friday nights, twice a month, I walk the city of Jacksonville downtown, and I feed the homeless, you know. So, you know, the community has been very welcoming, and I want the community to know that, you know, I'm part of this community. And so they don't have to think it's anything special to come up and talk to me or get in a conversation or anything like that. And I don't see myself as special. I'm just a guy who's been given the head football job at Edward Waters, but I mean, I'm no different than anybody else. And so I really try to engulf myself in the community and visit different places, you know, different churches and different barbershops and different things like that. I go sit in the barbershop and talk to the guys and laugh and listen to some of the stories that they tell. But they also, I'm gonna tell you, it's also an information session. They've taught me a lot about Duval and the people that have come out of here, you know, and the pride that the people who are from Duval, the pride that they have. But the community has been very, very welcoming, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that.
That's awesome.
Well, Coach, I'll ask this question because we are a fan-oriented podcast, and we always want to know from the coaches, what can the fans do to help the team win on Saturdays?
Well, come in those stands and cheer those young men on. I mean, that's the biggest thing that we can do. And I'm into increasing the fan base. You know, I don't know why on Saturdays, Edward Waters is not the place. We're the only Division II team or the only college football team in Jacksonville. And land mass wise, Jacksonville is one of the biggest places out there, you know. So I want to be able to hopefully attract the community, have them come to the games, stand outside the fence, have it standing room only, and support these young men. Now, in order to do that, we got to put a product out there that makes them want to do that. So, and that's my plan. But, you know, the biggest thing that the fans can do is come and support these young men and watch the effort that they're willing to give to make this program a top tier program.
Anybody else got any other questions before we let Coach go? Because we know he just got out of practice, and I'm sure he want to wind down from a long day.
I got one. Now there's been talk. SIAC teams are always tough to play, especially when it comes to them playing SWAC competition. We all saw last season what Clark Atlanta, what they accomplished against Bethune-Cookman. Can we see a part 2 of that this season?
Well, hopefully so. You know, I don't want to disrespect the team that I'm playing first, or the teams that we played before then. And I like to keep my focus on the main thing and keep the main thing the main thing. But if we can do what we've been doing and make it a continuous thing, then our expectations is for us to go up against every team and win every football game. So we look at every team the same. We don't look at them any different. We don't get, you know, on a high for one team and on a low for another. And we don't try to pick it up because it's homecoming and, you know, just make the other. I don't believe in special games and stuff like that. Every game is a rival. If you don't wear that purple and orange, then you're a rival. And we're going to come after you. And so I'm going to go after whatever team is on our schedule. We're going to go after them, and we're going to go to war, and we're going to expect the outcome to be in our favor. And that's one game that, you know, we're going to look at to doing the same.
So for all of our
coach, I'm going to say this, and I know you can't say it, but I do believe that y'all going to put pause on the mother cats down 95. And I do believe I'm going to try to come to that game.
Okay, that'll be good. I mean, I'm preparing this football team for whatever other team is before it, you know, and like I teach this team, stay in the moment, you know, operate off your trained behavior. And, you know, trained behavior should be instinctive. And instinctively, you know, you should be able to react to anything with your trained behavior. So we're going to go into this game, just, you know, go into that game like we're going to do any other game. And we're going to go on into it. And we're going to attack, and we're going to attack, and we're going to attack. You know, we're going to go and declare war, and we're going to, you know, plan on coming out victorious in that game just as well as all the others.
So for all the fans who are new to Coach, we know Coach from a while back, and when he was in Daytona, he made quite the noise on a FBS school in Florida a few times. Right. So it is not out of the realm for him to knock off a FCS school. I'm just going by his resume. I'm just letting everybody know it's Rattlers in the building. We see what he can do on the other side, and we hope that he does the same thing.
Look, I'm a JSU Tiger. I saw what he did when he was at Alabama State. So there is nothing that I can't do. Nothing what this man can do at any school, any stop that he been at.
I think it comes down to philosophy and the people that I've been able to surround myself with. I get a lot of the accolades, you know, especially when I was at Cookman, but I could not have done it without the staff. I had a wonderful staff, you know, great staff. And a lot of those guys, you know, have moved on to higher positions as head coaches or in the NFL and different things like that. So it first started with the staff that I was able to assemble. So, you know, it's because of them and due to their diligent work and dedication and commitment and loyalty that, you know, I was able to accomplish those things. And I tell you what, I think I got a good staff here, you know, and hopefully we can do the same thing. And my philosophy is when you hit that football field, when you get on that green grass, listen, everybody's the same. And now with the transfer portal and everything, it's not much difference on some ends. And the thing that I learned in my coaching time, the biggest difference in some of the upper divisions and then the lower divisions, the main thing is nutrition. You know, they got 300 pounders. We got 300 pounders. They got guys that run 4.2. We got guys that run 4.2. Now, we do know they have more when it comes to training and size and different things. But if we can balance out the nutrition, you know, then we give ourselves a chance. And back then, that's what I was able to do. And because of that, you know, along, like I say, with the staff that I had, we was able to accomplish some great things. So I'm trying to take that same formula and apply it here. And so far, we've gotten good results, and hopefully those results can continue and conquer some other big things that people have seen in the past.
Well, y'all not dark horse in the SAG this season, so
right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, in full transparency, we have been looking for a D2 school for the podcast to adopt, and it has been. We are in Florida, so it was natural to go. You know what? We really need to do this. So, just so you know, we will be covering your games this year. We're gonna show up to a couple games. We just got to get the schedule worked out. We'll reach out to the athletic department, and yes, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna cover the team because it's in Florida.
Absolutely. And whatever I can do, whenever you need me on, just reach out. I don't know why this shouldn't be a full-time thing, or every week thing. If you want to talk to the coordinators or assistant coaches, just reach out, and I'll do whatever I can do to help you, because like you say, this is a Florida thing. Duval is just too big, too strong, have too much pride, too much talent, not to be on the scene, and Edward Waters should be the scene. So my goal off the field is to make that happen, and I know you guys can help me with that. So whatever we can build a relationship and help each other, I'm open to it.
Say that, Coach. Say that.
I'm doing my part here from Dallas, so I'm start covering D2 football.
So again, Coach Jenkins, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're gonna we're gonna do our best to make sure we get you on here weekly, because the season is starting and we love the insight. We absolutely love the insight. So Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Once again, I apologize for being late. In the background, this HBCU, they ain't got no respect when it comes to the band and practice. So listen, I can't tell them to quiet down. They'll fire you for that. They'll keep you for football games, but they'll fire you from saying stuff to the band. So I'm not going to even. But I appreciate you guys. I really do.
All right, Coach. Thank you,
Coach. All right, take care.
Oh man, that was fun. That was absolutely fun. We're gonna take a quick break. And you know what? I think this is what we should run right here. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, in the background, there is some haymakers being thrown by them D people in Prairie View A&M. I don't know what started it. I'm just an innocent bystander in all of
What's
this.
Prairie View A&M mascot? What they?
The Panthers.
The Tigers, right?
Panthers.
The Panthers.
Yeah, they Panthers.
Oh. So we got a bunch of cats. They got a cat fight.
No.
That's just petty.
No. Dude.
That's just petty.
No.
It's crazy.
Look, I say this. I keep saying this. Prairie View, you have to get over the stigma of losing 80 games in a row. But I don't think nobody will ever get over that. You will never, most people will never let that down. Now, you got to win games. And you got to be consistently win consistently and consecutively. You got to win every year. You can't let up. You can't have a down year. You have an up year. You can't have a down year the next year. You can't do it, because in order for you to change your fan base, you gotta win. You gotta win. And all the talk, and it's cool. You can have all the talk. You can do all the talking that you want to do, but it ain't gonna be anything until you actually put them pads on and you hit somebody that's other than your teammate. So yeah. And then until then, to be honest with you, we still the big dogs in the swag. until we get knocked out.
Cats, big cats.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Marlo? I'm letting
Not
you
big cats.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
I did not bring the stream deck tonight because we had coaches on. So I didn't bring the stream deck out of an abundance of caution. I didn't bring the stream deck because I know me, especially in that last interview. If the button, I don't want to mess up our relationship with coaches, so I didn't bring.
That shit was funny.
But so Doc, I just saw something that just came across my timeline while we was interviewing. Hot off ESPN presses. While speaking on Michael Irvin's YouTube channel, Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones said the agreement he believed he made with Michael Parsons would have made him the highest paid guaranteed player other than a quarterback in the NFL. Nobody appreciates Michael Parsons more than the Cowboys or me. Nobody has ever offered him more money than I have to play football, period. First off, you got his rights. Nobody else can offer him nothing.
He's still on a rookie contract.
What do we?
This is and here we are again with coded language. You know, you gotta peel back the layers a little bit. He basically trying to say you don't have a right to say nothing outside of thank you, be gracious for the Cowboys organization because ain't nobody gave you as much. It sounds like you own them. You might own the team, but you don't own the players. And that's where he be getting it misconstrued. Your boss does not own you. This is not slavery. That is not how it works in the modern world. Yes, you might pay you might cash my checks with your name at the top, but that does not give you ownership over me. And he's basically trying to save face, saying that, oh, we were gonna pay him because Michael Parsons is saying he didn't get paid. His contract negotiations fell apart, which they did. And no matter what Jerry Jones say, when you have contract negotiations with the player, you can't just say, oh, we're not going to talk about that right now because it ain't important to you. Because clearly it was important to the player. And the deal that he was trying to get done, Jerry Jones said, oh, we're not going to do that right now. There ain't no saving face on that.
Let me just go ahead and say this. You cannot negotiate with a player who has representation.
Yeah, even especially the representation that he has. He has David Mulligetta. He's a great.
Hold on. So somebody, let me go ahead and eliminate that BS right now. From the time I was born in 52 years, you've had to negotiate with an agent. Period.
It's something about the whole collective bargaining and trying to protect the players' rights, which is why
if you had an agent, some players don't have them.
Yeah, they be wanting you to not have one, so they ain't got to deal with them because they know that the agent is gonna actually look out for the players' best interests. This is like you getting arrested, and then they start talking about plea deals, but you ain't got a lawyer present. But it's the equivalent.
Here's the thing, it was the thing. I remember when Dion came to the Cowboys, right? They had that contract, which his contract kind of violated in NFL.
Yes, they was cheating.
He was cheating, right? But he didn't. But Jerry just didn't negotiate with Dion. The late great Eugene Parker was right by his side in that office and negotiated that contract the way it was supposed to be done. They negotiated that contract to get Dion to come to Dallas. If you really think about it, so you think about it, and just think about it. If y'all go watch the Netflix.
Hold on, Doc, real quick.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna say. Hold on, real quick. This because we like the you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing about people with brand new hairdos, but we
like also, I hear what you're saying, Emmett Jones, but the agent was present. If
not
there
only
would have
that,
been some language within that contract that he didn't like, you don't think that he would have pulled Michael Irvin to the side and said, "Hey, this is not very, conducive for you. This is the language that I'm seeing right here. This don't work for us."
On top of that,
Michael Irvin wanted to go back and relay that message to Jerry Jones because Jerry Jones didn't want to deal directly with the agent. That's fine, but you still have to have a lawyer/agent review all contracts. They go to school for this.
On top of that, Michael Irvin was an underpaid superstar wide receiver.
Yeah.
His deal was terrible, and this is why you need an agent.
So
he should have a better agent.
So if you think about it, like I said, go watch the Netflix documentary, America's Team, the Gambler and his Cowboys. Go watch.
Don't nobody care about no cowgirls.
You know what? We don't care about.
I'm with Danny.
Don't nobody care about y'all.
Hey, you know what? You my best
y'all
friend.
Finna get y'all kicked up and down the field all year.
Whatever. Is it we them boys again? Until y'all at 500 in December, and then it's like we'll get them next year.
Nope.
Because that happens every year.
That's them. That's white folks. It's me.
I know some black folks say the same shit. That shit is not.
That part. But no. Go watch the documentary. It's talking about what he did in the 90s. But it just talking about the way that he is. Like even when he negotiated, he tried to negotiate with T.O. and wrote on a napkin and slid it to him. Like, hey, like that's who he is. He feel like he trusts the players. Now, that's the reason why I'm so adamant, like, dude, just go. Get a team to Steven. Just give it. No, for real.
You ain't saying just go. Stop acting like you saying just go. You saying just go and be in some dirt. Let's say the truth.
Oh yeah, I'm about to put some dirt on him. As the dust to dust. Put some dirt on his ass. Shit.
Oh God. Listen,
I'm saying though, man, just turn the team up. Just turn it over to Steven, man. Just turn it over.
I'm gonna transition because we can't let the Eagles slide because they have a mascot that's been taking shots at Cam Newton for the last month, and Cam Newton has shot back again today.
Cam Newton is goddamn petty as hell. You ain't got one of these.
For the love of God, Gilly, please stop. Like I was with it because I'm with the petty. I was with it for a minute, but he got too many bullets, Gilly.
That's Southside College Park petty right there. That man
did a whole video just for you. You ain't got one of these. You know how petty you got to be to go get your Heisman off the shelf and say you ain't got one of these.
Does he have an NFL championship though?
Now here she go. Listen, Danny, I don't need no problems with that man. Leave Cam alone, Cam.
No, because if Cam want to knuck, Danny gonna buck. Okay.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Holla at your girl, Cam. What you want to do? You got your Heisman.
We try to get him to cover our HBCUs. Come on now, Danny.
He can cover us.
Please.
He can cover us all he want. I have no problems. As long as he don't get up there and pull a Shady McCoy, we cool.
Oh, please don't do that.
If he pull a Shady McCoy, he getting
Please
canceled.
don't do that. He get canceled.
He getting canceled.
He already said Alabama. I'm sorry, North Carolina A&M.
But he was joking on that. He wasn't serious. He wasn't serious about that. He was joking on that.
But I hope so. But before we get AD Matthews on here, again, for everybody that watched the ONG Strike Zone last night, I ain't sorry. I meant everything I said. Eyebrows and chest hair. You ain't leaving the parking lot with your eyebrows. Jesus. That you can bet. Because it's going soon as the clock strike double zeros. Yep.
Well, y'all know I'm gonna hop off so he can hop on.
Okay. All right.
I just had to come and say, hey. What is it? We need to rename this podcast. Gathering of old men and old ladies.
And Danny.
And Danny, because she came in, she made sure she came with I got my new hairdo. Y'all see it.
Hey, listen here. Still got the receipt for it too.
You know what? I'm dead.
I'm so done.
I'm dead.
I'm so done. I'm gonna risk our access. The president was in Atlanta with a new hairdo too.
What president? Maggot Marva.
You know what? I'm gonna go to commercial. We're gonna go to commercial.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna go to commercial.
Hey, the views of the guests
who's in it?
No, we're going to commercial. No. You know what? So here's the thing.
Him and Markham, Emmett Banks.
I'm gonna say this, and I mean it. I'm gonna say this with my whole chest. You do not want rational fans in the preseason. These season tickets got to sell. These jerseys got to sell. This fundraising got to move. I'm not gonna be no rational fan before the kickoff. It is Florida State by 10. I don't care who don't like it. Florida State fans. AD matches in the background. We're gonna get him up in 1 second. Florida State fans, quit embarrassing me in front of my people. Quit embarrassing me in front of my people. The athletic department told y'all it is a lay and play sod. We got a whole week and a couple days. They have laid the sod. Shut up. They sent you a message. We're gonna lay the sod. It's gonna be good. All them panic tweets and Instagram messages, the athletic department told you what they told you. Relax. We're going to bring AD Matthews up. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, SUNO. So, again, for everybody, welcome AD Matthews to the podcast. AD Matthews, sir, finally got you on the podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Appreciate y'all for having me. What's up, Doc?
What's going on, AD?
What's going on, man? Hey, look, thank y'all for having me on here, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I know it's a lot going on, and we're gonna get to as much as we can. So the first thing, we know you got a fundraiser going on. Please tell us about the school needs and how the fans can help.
Yeah, definitely. So we have SUNO Give Day. So every year our system does this system-wide fundraiser. So we have 5 institutions in our system. We have Southern in Baton Rouge, Southern here in New Orleans, Southern in Shreveport, the Agriculture Center, and our Law Center. And each year we do a Give Day. And the way you could get involved, and you have the information right up there, man. If you could just go on and go to our website, sunoathletics.com, and click the support button. You'll see where you could pitch in to help us out. But man, this is such a big date for us. This is this is where we get a lot of our outside funding to help us kind of with giving our kids a better experience. You know, we're not a huge institution, right? But I like to treat the kids, and I want them to think that they're at a big one, right? And so, you know, initiatives like this help kind of lead the way, and kind of giving us some resources to kind of help out.
Doc Holiday, you got a question?
Oh man, what's going on, AD?
What's up, man?
Oh man, as far as the athletic department goes, we see some big gains as far as with basketball, with baseball, and with other sports. Are there any other sports that you're looking to add on in the near future?
Yeah, for sure. So, as you mentioned, we have men's and women's basketball, we have women's volleyball, and we have men's baseball. But this upcoming year, we'll be adding on men's and women's outdoor track. And track has actually been a huge sport for us in the past, right? And so we're looking to build that legacy, continue to grow as an institution, as an athletic program. And so that'll be the next sports that we bring, and they'll start competing this upcoming spring.
All right.
TP?
Yeah.
I think we might have lost TP. Okay, Coach. So last year, you had a young man on your team. Let's just call him a walking double-double, right?
Right.
And I'll say this, he was undercover. His story should have been a very different story than what it was made. Please tell us where he is now and how he's doing.
Yeah, so that's our real life drama story, right? That young man, so you're speaking of Jamal Too Tall Gibson, right? And so, you know, his whole story is just crazy, right? My assistant coach is actually who found Jamal, right, in an adult league, because that was the only basketball Jamal was playing. He never played organized basketball before. And so coming here, we kind of gave him the tools to go ahead and do the amazing things that he's doing. And I want to be clear that his double doubles are like high double doubles, right? It's not 10 and 10, you know, it's like 30 and 20, right? It's like video game numbers. And so to answer your question, Jamal, right now, he's back here at Southern University at New Orleans. And, you know, I say back here because I get this question a lot, you know, but Jamal never left. This is his home. This is where he wants to be. And this is where we're proud that he's choosing to continue. And but one of the biggest things I'm real proud of with him, not only the things he does on the court, right? I mean, that's everyone sees that, but the type of young man he is, and the fact that he is extremely close to getting his degree. And so that's kind of the biggest thing. And he had a 4.0 last semester. So he's not just skating by, right? As good as he is on the court, he's just as good off.
And I think the thing that I'll go ahead and say, the thing that pissed me off was we had him in our list of stores that we needed to get to. And unfortunately, we don't do a lot of shows a month, so things keep running behind. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, somebody in mainstream media sees his numbers, looks him up, and then creates their own narrative. And that pissed me off. So I had my own little diatribe about how you cover us. Mm-hmm. Because I'll be honest with you. I'm not a trained journalist. I'm not a trained journalist. I am a fan of journalism. And nobody took the time to find out this young man's story before they start running with their narratives. And so I was like, at some point, we got to get this addressed, because from where he was to where he is now, that is the story, not the tattoos, none of that. It is the transformation that is the story.
Definitely. And I think that's one of the reasons why Jamal still continues to go here, right? Because he knows here is real love. It's not the what can you do for me lately, right? I want to see him graduate. I want to see him be an extremely amazing, well, continue. Let me say that continue to be an amazing father to his kids. I want to see him grow and give new opportunities. And what he represents is so much bigger than just this game of basketball. Since Jamal has been at our institution, you wouldn't believe the type of young men or the type of people that come up to me now and it's like, Coach, I think I want to get into school, right? Because they see this young man, they see what he's achieved. And so what he does is he makes it real, right? And so, and I agree with your first point. I keep working on that. I'm from New Orleans, so I talk a little different. But your first point was that he should have been covered better, and this is something that me and my institution have spoke about at length, right? And because it's he's really bigger than just this game of basketball. His story, his everything. He actually came out with a documentary, right? And his documentary, I mean, everybody done seen it, right? And so he's extremely popular. But I don't want his play on the court to overshadow how great of a person he is. And so I'm rooting for that kid.
Anybody got questions?
Yeah, I have one. AD, I was asking this question, not knowing a whole lot about the university, but how many, let me rephrase it, may there be more of the Jamals in other programs in your school, like maybe not in basketball, but maybe in another sport that should be highlighted and the community as a whole know more about?
Yeah, for sure. So first off, I think all of these kids, right? And people that's close to me know, I call a lot of these kids my little project babies, right? Because what makes my job so rewarding is the opportunity that I'm given to give to these young people, right? And so we have stories like that all across the board. Jamal sticks out simply because he has tattoos all over his face and then I told you those numbers 30 and 20. I'm not just throwing that out there. That's what he does, right? So he's on the extreme side, but we have all type of stories in each one of our programs of young people overcoming odds, right? Whether it's the type of family that they have or don't have, right? Whether it's the parent that's struggling to make a way, or it's someone that tried school, didn't go good, but decided to give it another try, right? And that's why I like to talk about how big Jamal really is, because he opens that door for a lot of people. Some people just give up on it, right? Like, man, I'm not gonna do that. But you see him do it, it's like, okay, let me try it. So that's to your point. That's to for every program that we have, every single program, and that's what's so rewarding about what it is we do.
Jamal, you got a question?
Very good, very good.
Well, I had a question.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
guys,
TV
I
go
was
and
trying to
then
talk a minute ago
I'm
and
still doing
you
homework.
couldn't hear me. But I wanted to know more about the man. What did you? Let's talk about your path to becoming the athletic director. Like, how did what route did you take, and what did you learn along the way?
Definitely, that's a good question. An extremely unconventional route. So I've started here. I've been at Southern University at New Orleans since 2014. Um, I started here as a volunteer. So I was literally the man cleaning the floors and doing whatever I could do. because I wanted to get into the sport of basketball and in the coaching sense. And so during my time here, my very first year, I met this young man, and young man's name is Kevin Dorsey. So he was, man, when I tell y'all, bro, he was a horrible person, right? Like he did so many things. He wanted to fight coaches. He ended up getting kicked out of school, right? But I found myself being able to kind of calm this kid down a little bit, right? And so that's when it hit me. That's my purpose, right? So it went from just trying to get into coaching to making a difference in young people's lives. And once that purpose hit, I just stayed with it. I worked here for 3 years for free, right? From 2014 to 2017. Then I received an offer to be an assistant coach, and man, they paid me like $6,000, right? But to me, that was everything, right? Just to even receive anything, just to be here. So, and then from there, we lost the athletic program. And so during that transition, I'm like, what am I going to do, right? I spent 6 years here, made what, $20,000 in total in 6 years, right? What path? But they kept me on board, and I played a key role in bringing athletics back to the institution, right? And so once that kind of started, we started the momentum of bringing back athletics, and we started with men's and women's basketball and went that path. But I want to say something about the young man, Kevin Dorsey. He is now my associate men's basketball coach, right? And so now, and he has his master's degree, the same young man that couldn't get it right, that had all these issues. And now he's mentoring young people just like him. And see, that's what this whole thing is about. That's why Jamal Gibson's story is important to me. That's why the other people that we speak of that's in this program, that's why we do what we do. And that's why I'm so happy about all of the accomplishments, because, I didn't become an AD like most people become an AD. I started from nothing. God saw fit for me to be in this role. So to answer your question, when you say, how did I become that? It only God, only. Because my certifications, my everything would say, what, this guy shouldn't be the AD. But when you're in the role that God puts you in, when you're in the position he puts you in, man, you're going to do what you do. And my role is to give these young people opportunities, and that's what we're doing.
I love that. I loved every bit of that. And I also appreciate the fact that, you say their name. You know what I mean? Because the name matters. Mm-hmm. When you're born in this world, the only thing that you get is a name. And everything you do with it after that is up to you. And it's just very inspirational, because it's not about where you start, it's about where you're headed. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm taking an unconventional route myself. Like, I went to the military, I've been working, now I'm a father of 3. And my end goal is to be a football coach, at whichever level God lets me get to. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, you started, that was your dream. That's what you wanted to do. You're exactly where you wanted to be. So, I appreciate that.
For sure.
Danny, can you please put that up in the chat so we can add that to the screen? Thank you. So there are congratulations in order. Did she add it to the chat? So AD Matthews was just named Rice Fame Group. I want to make sure I say this right. MAKEDA Excellent Award Men's Basketball Coach of the Year. So we want to congratulate you there. It seems, and I'm going to say this, awards are amazing, but the fact that God has already given you the reward makes it pale in comparison. So it feels like we're telling you congratulations when you already know how blessed you are. It just doesn't seem to weigh properly. So again, from us, congratulations. We definitely, from our end, we have made the commitment, like we told Coach Jenkins earlier from Edward Waters. we have made a commitment to start putting highlights on sports that aren't covered. Because I freely admit I'm Florida State, but I'm a FAMU fan. And so you always get people covering Florida State, covering FAMU. You don't get people covering SUNO. You don't get people covering Edward Waters as much as they should. And like I said, this story, I knew I needed to get to this story, but time just kept getting away from me. And it wasn't until I got pissed off and I just had to sit here and go, as Black media, at some point, we're going to have to take responsibility for our own stories. And so that's our commitment going forward. We're going to take responsibility for our own stories. So if you see me fighting back on Twitter against nonsense, that's why. I'm the problem. I can't just let something bad go by. I don't have the inner peace to let somebody say some foolishness and not say something. So going forward, I think it is our responsibility to make sure we cover our own, and we will do that. Also, we know there are fundraising needs that need to be taken care of. So we will, from our end, make sure we highlight and try to get as many eyes and as many dollars to y'all as possible.
Definitely. I appreciate that. And to what you were saying, we're very similar, right? Because we felt, and Jamal is just one of the stories, but there's so many stories and so many achievements that these young people are doing. And we felt it wasn't getting enough coverage. So we've been trying to push it ourselves, right? And we've been trying to let people know. I mean, we speaking about the athletic things that they're accomplishing, but my kids are killing it in the classroom. Like we've had in the past 2 years, we've had 4 NAIA national scholar teams, right? We've had led by our men's basketball team with a 3.46 GPA. We've had we've been back-to-back champions of character, 5-star NAIA national award winners. And that's from servicing the entire student. So that's from our kids getting out in the community, doing things, service learning, being great teammates, just everything in the whole package, right? And so that's one of the things I'm hugely impressed with from my little project babies, right? 42% of our student athletes are on the conference honor roll. And so numbers like that to show that these kids are not just doing what they're doing on the field of play, but what they're doing in the classroom, what they're doing in the community. We're just slowly trying to reshape that thing and get everything rolling in the right direction and encourage more young people to join us and just keep finding new ways to give opportunities to do things. And so that I wanted to highlight that as well, because these kids are just given the opportunity to do things. That's the only thing our kids are missing, the opportunity and then the confidence, right? Because we spoke about where they come from in certain areas or what they've dealt with in their life. That's what leads to that lack of self-confidence, right? And false bravado. So we tear those walls down. Like, you're no different from me. You know what I mean? Like, this is how, so these kids know that I'm speaking from a place of truth. Right. And so they could see it, they recognize it. And when they're given the opportunity, they are more than achieving. I could go on and on about that, man, because we have an internship program that we've kicked off and our kids are learning how to do broadcasting and we've gotten a very special donation. You know what I mean? That, and that has helped us along the way. And, our kids that learn how to do broadcasting, doing journalism, they were chosen to host and broadcast our championships for our conference. They were also chosen to represent for the Black College World Series. So we're giving different avenues for our kids to learn, grow, and develop. And we want our kids to get jobs right out of our internship program, because those are the type of connections we're trying to make. And so it's a million things, man. I'm gonna let it go, but what these kids are doing, I'm so proud of that, and that's why I speak about it as like I do.
Well, I want to thank you again for taking the time to come on to the podcast, because it is always about these kids' stories, and the fact that we're able to hear from you about the young men and women. Thank you. We will definitely, like I said, this is going to be a monthly thing where we come in and check in, because I know there are things we're going to miss, but what happened last year won't happen again. Not on my watch.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Coach.
And I appreciate y'all again. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you need something from us, just let us know. If it's a fundraiser, if somebody we need to highlight, let us know and we'll get it on the air.
Sounds good to me. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach. Thank you. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get back to the foolishness. We will get back to the foolishness. I have 4 years of film on reasons why Florida State is not going to return my emails. And I completely understand that. That being said, what? Y'all act like I know who I am. I know what I said. I don't care, but I know what I said.
But you want to be this good guy. You that guy. You that guy that, oh, woe is me. They picking on me. And you done told you want 100 to march down this man's street. You said you want to send moving vans and put a for sale sign in front of his house that he live in. I don't want you to be rooting for my team like that. Not like you root for your team.
Not like that.
You root for your team different.
He might be the worst fan in the history of fans. And still is.
I just still is. Y'all gonna quit talking to me like I just have no reason to say the complaints that I have complained. But before I get to all of that, Freddie Stevens has a interview with Coach Norville. Freddie Stevens has done an amazing job covering Florida State he's been covering Florida State for a while. But his last two interviews, Coach Norville, Jimbo, he knocked them out of the park. Like, if any time I would celebrate a player from his transition from athletics to normal life, he getting it done. He knocking it out of the park. So, Freddie, shouts out to you. The people who said they didn't believe in you, fuck them. But that being said, listen.
Back to the bullshit now.
All right,
we get right back to it.
Hey, you need to add a tag that say the bullshit hour.
Yeah. Listen, for us Rattlers fans who have been waiting on an announcement,
we'll get that announcement in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that announcement until we get to Miami. Like, I'm convinced.
I'm talking about whoever go to the game, whoever lines up, see, you be like, oh, so that's who it is. That's that.
Yeah,
they hadn't said shit. They hadn't said nothing all camp. Nothing about nobody.
Mm-mm. And when
I just
it was
hope he know that the 220 Club ain't gonna let him flare this down
at all. And so
when y'all start the 220 Club?
Oh, they started.
It's already back. He on there again. Coach.
Listen.
Oh shit. Oh,
listen.
Try to get the deep people over there.
Listen. Y'all got other things to worry about. Don't be worried about what's going on over here.
Hey, that's the line in the sand. Y'all leave 220 Club alone.
We like to listen to it though, for real. Like, we don't even be petty over there, man. We really do like listening to the 220 Club. Yeah. I guess the thing is, some folks we want to support. You know, some folks want to support other platforms, and then there's other people that just want to hear the bullshit.
I'm gonna say this: the one thing about the 220 Club, for what they ask you what you need, and then they get it for you.
You get it the same day or within the week.
They supposed to. They the de facto boosters of the school for the athletic department.
The 220 club is the grandma
they're not DSOs, so they can move a little different. Than the actual booster program because they not DSOs.
So Coach, and I know people don't like me to bring up Coach Craig. Coach Craig went to the 220 club. He's offhandedly mentioned some iPads.
That's why that shit he said pissed me the fuck off. That man asked for 4 iPads, a MacBook, and a flat screen TV, and the order was placed before he finished his speech.
So,
but we didn't support though. That's the shit that pissed me off.
The 220 club is, for those who don't know what the 220 club is, the 220 club, the 220 quarterback club, because every school has a quarterback club. But the 220 quarterback club, they are like your uncles, your grandfathers, your grandmothers, that anytime you got straight A's in school, you had $300 in an envelope. That's who the 220 club is.
Yep.
And
I get it. Man, I'd have fucked around and been awake in school.
But nah, that's in a sense, that's pretty much what they are.
Yeah.
That's the old lady at church that say, your mama told me you made president's list and she gonna slide you not a little bit of money,
slide you a couple of $100.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
my church ain't do nothing but ask for money.
Where's the disclaimer at, man? Where is the disclaimer?
He ain't saying nothing wrong.
You in control. I'm about to say you're in control of the disclaimer.
Oh God.
I forget we don't like facts.
No, that's not it, TP. That's not it. We're in a new.
But I want to say this: I do not have anything against churches.
No, not at all.
I have that it is partially a business, and that tithing is what keeps the lights on. It keeps them able to do the missions and everything else. I understand that. I'm just saying I've never heard of the incentive for doing well in school.
Oh, so hold on. I want to make something clear. My mama and daddy did not believe that you go to school and you get good grades that they're gonna pat you on the back and say, Adam, and I quote, you supposed to do that. That's your job. My aunt, on the other hand,
is that the little something? Giving you some money?
Yeah, they are. Slide you a little something every night. God bless the dead anime. Slide you a little something. Hey, here you go. Don't tell nobody you got that.
Exactly.
And she meant don't tell nobody you got that money. So
that was your business. Now move on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that the 220 club is definitely gonna have words with Cozy after the Orange Blossom Classic about not announcing, because the entire Rattler Nation is looking for that.
It's 27 quarterbacks over there. They better pick one.
Listen,
we're gonna talk about this stuff. We're gonna talk about this MEAC swag challenge.
Yeah, so
I couldn't even hear what they was talking about on the press conference.
So
who paid for that? The MEAC.
Oh man. So all right. There was the MEAC SWAC press conference that apparently me and Doc was in the press conference. We could hear there were some echoes. So we don't know. Like, I have a laptop that I use on this end, so we don't know, and they have commercials and stuff that they run. So we don't know what the issue was. But I saw, because I like to see the chat, I saw somebody from, I don't know if it was somebody from FAMU that posted that they had no sound. And so that was a concern. But it was a very vanilla press conference. I did not ask a question on purpose because I just wanted to hear.
So you didn't want to rock, you didn't want to shake the boat over there, but you do everywhere else though.
Are you talking about with the? Oh, I ask questions.
Yeah. So I just wanted to get a feel for what was going on. But since we it's week 0 and it is this Saturday and we don't have a show, well, we'll discuss that later. But as of right now, we don't have a show for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Here is my thought process on this SWAC MEAC Challenge. Everybody is very heavy on North Carolina Central. I've had Mr. Campbell say that he can talk offline to take my money. And it's a lot of people that are very heavy North Carolina Central. I want everybody to know that that team that went to the playoffs with Davius Richards, that ain't this North Carolina Central.
Nope.
And when I go from I don't know ball Troy, media Troy, to I know what to look for Troy, and I start looking at, oh, you say this is the I go to look at game film. I go to look at stuff that I know from Little League football up through high school quarterback play. That's what I look for in game film. I'm looking for, can he make all the throws? Does he have a strong arm? Does he have a medium strength arm? Does he have touch? Does he have all these things? I look at game film.
And how well does he respond to adversity?
I'm gonna get to that.
The biggest determining factor for me when choosing a quarterback, because everybody can look good in shorts and a t-shirt. What you gonna do when stuff break down?
So
because we see, and like, you know, I can use this to compare, you know, some NFL quarterbacks just so everybody knows who I'm talking about. You know, let's look at Sam Darnold, right? Last year, the Vikings had an amazing year, but I've watched him since he was in college. And the same mistakes that he made in college are the same things that he did in the pros, especially last year. He looks good when everything is working. When things start to break down, you start to question, well, why is he even the starting quarterback?
So
all right, hold on. Everybody, hold on for a second. I just want to make sure we keep everything on track. I'm specifically talking about because everybody was heavy on North Carolina Central because they have a veteran quarterback. Last year, look at the stats. The stats does not say I trust my veteran quarterback. That's not what the stats said last year.
So the stats last season was the fact that he had a running back. He had a all-purpose, do everything running back, a 3-down back that had over 1,000 yards in rushing and a couple of 100 yards in receiving. And you know what I'm saying? I think he was double-digit in touchdowns, rushing and receiving. So it was basically what I asked Coach was, I didn't get to ask him that. I think that was Wayne that asked him that your bell cow was Jamari Taylor. He's gone. He's at Virginia. So what is it about your team now that you can go from Jamari Taylor to whoever you got, you know what I'm saying, replacing him? And if you're doing running back, you're doing running back by committee, that's to me, that's actually going to put the ball more in the hands of Walker Harris.
I'm okay with running back by committee when you have a quarterback that's able to make these intelligent decisions, especially when the game is on the line. Because a running back by committee, that means one of two things. Either you don't have a running back or you got a bunch of really good running backs. And in both scenarios, I would prefer to have a quarterback that's going to be able to handle the pressure, that's going to be put on them if the run game isn't working. Right. Because if you're going out there and you think that, we about to just run it down people's throat, you still got to convert third downs. You still got to keep drives going. Is he able to do that? And when you look at the history, he hasn't been able to. So it doesn't matter who's in the backfield. Because if you have bell cow running backs, yes, you can lean on them. You better lean on them. But he is still going to have to make plays if they're going to be elite. You're going to win some games just based on the defense and the running game. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a great team and at any level, your quarterback play has to be better than the quarterback play on the other sideline.
I'm going to say this. Chennis Berry is at South Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
Chennis Berry put him in a position to say, if your quarterback is who he say he is, make him make plays. That didn't happen. If their quarterback, and I don't want to say that he doesn't have the talent. I'm talking about the trust that the coach has in the quarterback, because I don't blame players for what happens on the field. What happens on the field is based on preparedness and the coach putting the player in the best position to make plays. If that player cannot make those plays, that's a reflection on the coach. So I'm not making this about Walker Harris. I think Walker Harris is in a position to be possibly MEAC Player of the Year, but they have to throw the ball. Chennis Berry is not going to allow you to just be one-dimensional and beat him. So that was my only thing that I was saying. And I think a lot of the people got confused in what I'm saying. The one thing that used to be amazing in the 90s about black college football was our quarterbacks. Everybody could run the ball. Everybody had big lines. The difference was our quarterbacks. We are now in a situation that we are playing Canada junior football. And our quarterbacks are not the same as they were before. And it is my opinion that sometimes the NFL look at us differently because of it.
But you know what it is, right, Troy? You know why they look so mediocre? Because they don't run the ball.
They don't run the ball well. They don't run the ball well. A lot of teams want to finesse running backs who can't take hits, can't grind and pound, can't find the A gap and go. They want to dance and fumble the ball. They try to run the ball,
and Jamal,
they don't run the ball well.
You know what not running the ball well get you?
3
high safeties.
I was about to say fumbles, turnover on downs, 3 and out.
It's gonna get you 2 high safeties. And guess what? 90% of quarterbacks can't beat 2 high safeties. So everybody want to talk about 2 high safeties ruin the league and all this stuff because quarterbacks can't throw the ball down the field. It's not explosive anymore.
And then we good.
What happened was we went away from the run game and defenses, they adjusted to stop you. You can't be mad because the defenses have adjusted to stop the product that's being put on the field. Mm-hmm. We don't have a philosophy that we are going to run the ball with. Look at what the Eagles did last year. Jalen Hurts, middle tier quarterback, but you got the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
He's mid. Look, you call it hate, you call what you want. But his numbers don't even say that he's elite.
It's just you slid that in there so
He's not even top 20 in most categories.
Look at Jalen Hurts, middle of the pack QB.
But you have a great running game and a philosophy that we are going to use our great running game. Now we don't have 2 high safeties all day. Now A.J. Brown can run around free down there. Now Devontae Smith is getting open because you ain't got 2 high safeties. You play 2 high safeties against the Eagles, Saquon going for 250. Like, please come out with 2 safeties.
And now TP.
Here's the thing, though. Just look at what last season, what we did. Like, having Herb Mulligan in our backfield. And people tried, you know what I'm saying? Teams tried to load the box up with 7, 8, folks in the box. And I mean, you see what, to me, if you look at the game, you see what happened.
You said why Jalen Hurts gets it straight. Look, it ain't about Jalen. Look, I want to say this. This ain't about Jalen Hurts. And
right.
Any knock on his talent. This is to say that a quarterback can look very well on the field where he doesn't have to deal with two high safeties. And the way to do that is when you run the ball well. At all levels of football, if the safeties can sit down in the box, and if the safeties have to sit down in the box to stop your run game, the quarterbacks are going to excel. It's just basic math. There's less people in coverage. There's less things to worry about. You have to play more of a defense that's tailored to stopping the run, meaning it's not hard to diagnose as far as coverages.
And let me turn
this back. That wasn't the Jalen Hurts straight.
Oh no.
Most quarterbacks in the league can't beat two high safeties because they're not trained that way. They're starting early.
I wouldn't call it
Jalen
Hurts. Hey,
it
was just funny how you slid it in there, bro.
Yeah, let me get this back. Let me get this back to the MEAC SWAC challenge real quick. EA, okay. I see your comment. So let me go ahead and say this, and I want to make sure that my philosophy is understood. Yes, you can run the ball against 7 and 8 in the box. It is more difficult to run the ball with 7 and 8 in the box. Also, again, EA, you fam, you through and through. Let me tell you something. I was in Tallahassee in the heyday. Ain't no way on God's green earth anybody was putting 8 in the box against Billy Joe. It was not going to happen. And Billy Joe was running 55% of the time. You not putting 8 in the box. You finna have some problems. We just put one in the College Hall of Fame.
True, but that's also because Billy Joe kept him a QB with an arm too, so you can try it. He was just you were gonna get burned either way. Either you will get drugged by the running back, or you will go get beat over the top with a pass.
And I'm gonna say this: if you can't run the ball with 7 people in the box, throw away your whole run offense. Yep.
So
at that point, because there's no way. There's no way.
Because like it's the thing about this TP. If it's 7 in the box, if you got a heavy formation, you know what I'm saying, 2 tight ends, maybe you got your H-back or fullback or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever, it's gonna be a hat on a hat.
It's hat on hat, and we getting at least 4. Y'all gotta readjust your expectations and be okay with 4-yard gains. We're not gonna score a touchdown.
You know what? Hey, TP, you preaching. You preaching. A lot of these changes came about for fans' sake. These changes came about for fans' sake. We done got sidetracked.
I get it. Do we want to win, or do we want to make the fans happy?
No, I'm on your side, but once you get to mega millions and billions and the entertainment aspect, look at Jerry Jones. Don't start a dog.
Do you think the Eagles gave a fuck about that? They ran the ball.
They won.
They ran the ball.
But they also have a fan base that will be there even if they lost.
You got to be balanced. You cannot win this particular game with these 2 teams. We know they're gonna run the football. Hell, I've been saying for weeks, Southern got the greatest walk-on running back in FCS right now.
Southern better not lose that damn game. I know that much.
I think, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Southern is actually gonna win the game, and it's gonna be a close game. It's not gonna be a runaway. It's not gonna be a blowout, nothing like that. I think Southern's going to win the game because here's the thing. I'm looking at the offensive line for North Carolina Central, and I'm looking at their defensive line for Southern University. Anybody who can stop Kevin Givens coming off the edge, and it's not about him getting sacks. It's about that boy getting pressure. It's about him getting QB hits. That dude right there lives in the backfield. He led the conference. Not only did he lead the conference, he was top 5 in FCS in tackles for loss. To add on to the sacks that he piled on, and to the tackles that he could get, you know what I'm saying, if he plays the run well.
Doc, remember this in the presser. We not gonna double him all the time. Sometimes we're gonna leave our tackles one-on-one. Okay, go ahead.
One-on-one. Oh no, that's what Coach Oliver said. Coach Oliver said, he said sometimes if depending on how the
Fat
game
Keith
is.
Sweat might be tripping now. Hold on, what?
So he said, depending on how the game is, he said that we're not gonna double Kelby coming out the edge. Now, if you double Kelby coming out the edge, you still got another dude on the other side that could wreak havoc too. Like seriously, my whole thing is that dude is Central's O-line versus Southern D-line. Southern is pretty much returning most of the players on their defensive line. They pretty much got most of the players back from last season on their defense. And then you got on the outside. So if you're thinking about throwing the ball, you got Horatio Johnson on the outside. You got Herman DeBrista III that's up top because he's playing the free safety position. You got players on their defense that can go out there and get it done. The difference is, the thing is, when you reverse it, what is Central's defensive line going to do against this massive Southern offensive line? We know Southern, they got some big hog mollies up front, regardless. You know what I'm saying? We talking about dudes that average like 310, 315, 320. They're going to be the team is geared to run the ball. It is geared to run the ball. It is geared for Jalen Woods to manage the game. That's it. I mean, you look at like Southern on paper, both offensively and defensively, is still a scary sight to see. We talking about, and people keep it for some reason, people keep dismissing them, but you got to understand these dudes won 7 out of the last 8 games in conference. They won the division. They went to the SWAC championship game.
I need y'all listen. And I was on a podcast last night, and I was the one that was saying, "Hey, Southern in this MEAC SWAC challenge, I done heard a lot of disrespectful things, and it come down to quarterback play."
EA pretty much said what I'm thinking. Like Doc said, it's gonna be close. Southern can't afford for it to be close. I don't trust their offensive coordinator to get them out of a close game.
So Southern has a new offensive coordinator, right? The other thing is,
Norris Graves don't let him.
We don't know who the quarterback is. What we do know is that last year, when games needed a quarterback play for North Carolina Central, they didn't get it. They didn't trust it. They just didn't do it. When they could just sit there and pound you and then throw whenever they felt like it, it looked good. But I think Walker Harris had 1,800 yards. It wasn't over 2,500.
Yeah, 1,800 yards last season. I got the stats right here because I was looking at it.
You got a dude that ran for 1,000.
Yeah, you got to ran for 11, close to 1,200 yards. He had another 257. So basically, this dude had close to 1,400 yards total offense by himself.
If Walker Harris would have had 2,300 yards last year, they would have probably been in the Celebration Bowl. But if he would have had 2,300 yards last year, I would be coming into this season going, man, North Carolina Central scary. North Carolina Central has lost their running back coach and their offensive line coach.
Oh, don't forget
they lost the defensive line coach too, didn't they?
They lost the
defensive coordinator. Yeah. So there are, like, we keep talking about Southern.
2 of them in Tallahassee, right?
One. 2 of them in Tallahassee.
The defensive line coach, the DC D line coach is over at A&T.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a brain trust that is gone. And we know for sure when coaches leave programs, they have a slight drop-off. Not a huge drop-off, but a slight drop-off because they're regrouping. They got to figure out new chemistries, all of that. All of that is a thing. And I'm not saying that North Carolina Central is going to come in this game and fall flat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm expecting North Carolina Central to do what they always do. What I'm also saying is this Southern squad over here ain't gonna let you just do what you've always done. You are gonna have to put that ball in the air. And the one thing you don't want to do against Southern is have to spread out and put that ball in the air. Because there is a guy that is a game wrecker. He don't care about two people on him. He gonna wreck your offense. You're gonna have to stay ahead of the chains, and you are going to have to pass. It might be a screen, it might be slants. It ain't gonna be no bomb. Don't get that dude no 4 steps. You're gonna have to do something. That's all I'm saying. And I'm preaching because I've sat and listened to pundit after pundit disrespect Southern, and I'm like, when have we seen Southern just get blown out of games? It doesn't happen a lot.
What, other than the SWAC championship game?
It doesn't happen a lot. And in the SWAC championship game, let's be honest, they had already run out of steam. They had shot all their bullets getting them because they started slow. So I'm just saying, I know nobody likes to hear somebody say something good about Southern, but man, look.
Nah, it ain't that. We don't hate them that bad. They not that school in Daytona.
We do.
I know you do.
But yeah, so again, I got Southern winning this game. I got them winning close. Actually, I think I got them winning by like 10 points. And that's just only because, God forbid, Trey Holly get one-on-one with a linebacker. Go ahead and hit the pinball machine. That's going to the house. It's just saying, can't stand them. But
hey, I didn't realize Southern struggled with Bethune last year. I'm looking back at last season's record. I didn't realize they went to 5 OTs. 5 overtimes with Bethune.
And that's when they didn't start their run last year?
What
started their run?
It started after they played y'all.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we beat them 24-6.
6, yeah.
That was their only no. Yes, that was their only loss.
They called that a conference loss?
That was a conference loss. We beat them. Did we beat them in Tallahassee? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, because it's weird. Sometimes it's a conference loss.
No, but that's not anytime, fam. I don't. Everybody else, mostly anytime we play people, it count for conference because we use our out of conference games as money games, like FAU game, FAU, and what you call it this year. So we don't play interconference for a non-conference game.
Yeah. So, but you know, again, I'm excited about the season getting started. I will try and figure out if we can do a post game. We'll get that figured out because that's going to be a huge whatever that outcome of that game is going to be. It's going to be huge because
there's a lot of games on. There's some games, a couple of games on Saturday. So
either I'm posting T-account memes to the MEAC or I ain't saying nothing at all.
You got this is a good one right here. It's the it's first game of the season. Incarnate Word is on the road at Nicholls State.
That should be good.
That should be a good old fashioned slobber knocker.
You got Tarleton State on the road at Portland State.
Yeah.
You got the FCS Kickoff Classic, which is UC Davis versus Mercer. Both teams were playoff teams last season.
Mm-hmm.
You got Idaho State going. They in Vegas. They're playing UNLV this weekend.
Keep going. I know you're gonna get to it. Keep going.
I mean, of course, Central and Southern. This is just.
No. It's another one. Keep going. Keep going past Saturday. Keep going. Oh no! Wait, I'm sorry. That's next weekend. That's next weekend.
Next Thursday, you got Delaware State going up against in-state rival Delaware. You got Towson on the road at Norfolk State. That is on Thursday. So,
listen, real quick, y'all. Thursday is a travel day because we're media and we're going down to Miami. You going to Miami, Jamal? We all got approved for the game.
Yeah, I should be there. I need to check to make sure I put my time in.
We got our credentials, so we all got our credentials, so we just got to show up. Shout out to the Orange Blossom Classic. There was confusion with how they say you're approved. We approved. We certified. This ain't like last year. The SID got us hooked up. We ain't got no empty emails like last year. This year we good.
You don't do shit like.
You about to get that man started.
Hey, we in the game. We in the game. We
If
won in the game last year.
If I hit the lottery tonight, I'm gonna keep him there just to answer your damn phone calls. I'm going to get Josh.
If I'm not going to admit to a possible federal kidnapping charge on national TV, but
this is the games. You got Alcorn and Northwestern State on next Thursday. You got Alabama State and UAB.
Speaking of Alcorn, I'm gonna get you on the show. That's my bad. I should have had you on the show last season. I'm gonna get you on the show because he asked why I ain't had him on the show. I'm gonna get you on the show. I promise I'm gonna get you on the show.
Now the 29th is when it all goes down. All day I'm going to work that Sunday.
You got Bethune about to get their head beat in by FIU on next Friday.
Yep.
You got New Hampshire and North Carolina Central on next weekend. I
really want North Carolina Central to beat New Hampshire, but I know better.
I think they can get them.
I hope they beat them.
I think they can get them. I don't think New Hampshire is not. I don't think they're that strong of a team as they were a couple of years ago. You got Southern on the road to play Valley. Let's see. What else we got?
North Dakota State at the Citadel.
Yeah, that is an ass whooping coming up.
Listen, hey EA, let me tell you something. Listen, we was at SWAC Media Day.
Hey EA, why you being messy, man?
Everybody.
Oh, next weekend, next Saturday, North Carolina A&T is on the road in Nashville. Take on Tennessee State. Alabama A&M they're about to get called on the Hogs. They're going to Arkansas. You have Wofford coming into Orangeburg to take on South Carolina State. Allen is on the road to take on Morehead State. I hate that shit right there.
Hold on real quick.
Code 6-7, I agree.
Listen. We talked about it when we came back from Media Day. I'm gonna say this again. When you talk to Terrell Buckley, if you're old enough to have had the fundamentals and techniques class at Florida State with Mickey Andrews, when you listen to Terrell Buckley talk, all I can hear is Mickey Andrews. What they are right now is not what they're gonna be in the future. If everything goes the way that it should, they might not be the top team, but they're gonna be vastly different. This man has a plan. And just know that the players that are still there now, they earned every second of every minute on that squad.
I mean, we kind of said that a couple weeks ago. It's not that they were absolutely horrible. I think they suffered a lot from having not seasoned leadership in the football rank. So having Terrell Buckley and having a community that's behind the school is gonna make a real of a difference for Valley. Valley playing better and actually competing is better for the SWAC overall.
It
Sure
is. We got to touch on something before TP get out of here, real quick, because I'm hearing that young Manning has said that don't necessarily count me out of the draft. I'm my own Manning.
He's gonna slap the shit out of his ass. He'll be there another year.
Which one? Which uncle?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What up, Wayne?
What's going on, Wayne? Headlock. He'll be back.
Yeah, you know I don't have much time.
So yeah, no, I just wanted to get that out there, see if you had anything to say about that, because I know your Longhorns game 1, y'all play returning national champion.
Hey, look, man, we not humble in Texas. That's something that you got to understand. Humility is not something that we like to pride ourselves on. We pride ourselves on hard work, showing up, and beating who y'all say we can't beat, because that just makes the win even sweeter. I take you all the way back to the year 2006. Vince Young, Jamal Charles, they told us there's no way y'all can beat the powerful USC Trojans. They have 2 Heisman Trophy winners. They have a defense that is unmatched. They got pass rushers that are going to be all over Vince Young because they're both first-round draft picks.
They also had a running back that couldn't outrun my grandma, but I digress.
Lindale White had not been stopped on 4th and 1 the entire season. He was 100%. Do you think we gave 2 shits about any of that?
What they say, this is why we play the game.
That's why you play the game. They want to talk about, Jeremiah Smith this, Jeremiah Smith that. They got a new quarterback. Caleb Downs is the best safety in the league in college football. We hear it all. Don't give 2 shits. You still got to lace them up. You still got to get on that line. And when you in front of me, best believe I'm bringing everything with Texas behind me. Burn orange is going to burn orange. And look, we got them week 1. Win, lose, or draw, that doesn't define our season. If we win, we still got 11 games to play. The season ain't over. If you lose, you still got 11 games to play. Like all of this, like we understand the hype. They won a national championship, right? They did that. That was last year. Why are we talking about last year? What have you done for me lately? Because Michigan won a year ago, and then they came out and started getting their pants pulled down. Matter of fact, didn't we beat the defending?
Hey, Michigan cheated. Michigan cheated.
Did we not do
Michigan cheated.
Did we not defeat the reigning national champion in their stadium? Did we not do that last year? I don't give a fuck about Ohio State winning a national championship. Hey, we'll see y'all week 1. How about that?
I just want everybody to know, y'all keep calling me the bad guy on the show. All you gotta do is hit TP with the jumper cables. Here comes the bad guy.
No, we're not.
The bad guy. At least I ain't trying to wake my coach up while he's trying to get his slumber, because he ain't doing so well on the sideline.
But I was the bad guy. Something just came up on my thing. Oh Lord, what happened? So I'm hearing some, according to NFL Hall of Famer Eric Dixon, the NFL told teams not to draft Shedeur Sanders.
I believe it.
Yeah. I believe
We been knew that.
The
no.
NFL,
Like
okay, hold up. The
they
NFL 12
absolutely
teams
was calling teams and saying, "Don't draft him." Like,
do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. Somebody called the Browns and said, "Don't do that. Don't draft him."
I believe it.
my whole thing is, okay, what we're gonna do about it now? You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like we been knew that.
We
We
knew
been knew
that.
that.
Black people, we knew that. It was no way you could look at the available quarterbacks, the teams that absolutely needed quarterbacks, New Orleans Saints, and then they not draft them.
Tyler Show and Jalen Milroe were drafted before Shador Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I personally had Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, and even Dylan Gabriel rated higher than Shador, just based on what I seen on the field. Because watching that Nebraska game, if you want to get a real good feel for Shador Sanders, watch the Nebraska game. Because while he did make some great throws that game, he also folded under pressure. And that's what I be talking about when you looking at the intangibles of your quarterback. How do you handle pressure? Because everybody again can look good when everything is working. How did he react when things wasn't working? You go to that bowl game when they got their pants pulled down, and I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator or if it's him. Because at some point you got to help your quarterback diagnose the zone coverages he's looking at. And then when he gets to the
his
NFL,
QB coach that last year in Colorado?
I do not know the offensive coordinator.
No, not offensive coordinator. Who was the QB coach?
I wouldn't know who his QB coach is. His OC was Pat Shermer.
But y'all see,
that was the issue. So for an NFL team, if I can teach my quarterback how to diagnose coverages, if that is something that I excel at, and Shador is bringing everything else with him, why not have him on your roster? You see what I'm saying?
Daddy should have been able to teach him how to diagnose defenses.
You have to, because.
But no, I'm saying his dad should have been able to teach him how to diagnose defenses.
He never played quarterback.
Yeah, that's the.
No. As one of the best defensive players we have ever seen.
Deion was great not because of X's and O's. He was great because of his athletic ability. He might go down as the most athletic person in the history of the world. Because if I look at the things that he was able to do, he could be out of position. You know why? Because he was fast enough and he was great enough to make up that difference. It didn't matter where he was at on the field. He gonna get to the ball. He gonna make a play.
But what we saying, but I know what you're talking about, TP. But what we saying is that when Deion, let's put it like this: when Deion was in the high school ranks, Deion, of course, he was a head coach, but Deion was an offensive coordinator. Because he said he could diagram defenses either way he want to, but it was his eye from looking from the opposite side as a defensive player for the offense to see what tendencies is going on. Like if quarterback 3-step drop, 4, 5, 6, 7-step drop, how release the ball and stuff like that. Like he had an eye as far as offensive wise.
I'm not saying that he can't coach it. What I'm saying is there becomes a level where the other coaches have more experience. They have more knowledge in that area because that's all they've done. They understand it at a higher level. And it's one thing to understand it. It's another thing to be able to relate it, because all coaches know football, but all coaches can't coach football in the way that everybody is going to benefit from their knowledge.
True.
So EA,
I don't think that was Mike Tomlin's call, EA, because I'm not gonna hold you. I honestly wanted to see him in Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin. I think Mike Tomlin got overruled and told to shut up on that call 3 times.
Mike Tomlin even talked about how he answers to his owner. He said, he basically said, hey, when the owner puts his foot down, I listen, and I'm compensated very well. He said it. And it's what, like, are you willing to put your job on the line for this kid who's unproven? Are you willing to do that? And I don't think Mike Tomlin was.
And I'm gonna say this right now. Pittsburgh is gonna be a hot mess.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be here for it.
Too.
And they're gonna blame Mike Tomlin for it.
They're gonna use it as a means to move on from him. That's
Mike Tomlin, as great as he is, Super Bowl winning coach, all that. We know the accolades, right? Let's speak facts. They have spent the better part of the last 2 decades in mediocrity. Yes, you have a winning season. Yes, you made the playoffs. But how many playoff wins? How many Super Bowl appearances have come from these winning seasons? Not many.
Zero.
right.
If they was in the NFC South, they would win it every year.
Yeah, but how much of that is, again, back to what you just said? How much of that could be roster manipulation from the owner? Again, Jerry Jones.
A lot. If you look at,
you can have the greatest coach in the world, but if ownership won't let him get his personnel, it doesn't matter.
And here goes back to the age old fact, man. If you ain't got a quarterback that can get it done, I don't care how well your coach is. I don't care how well your defense is, unless you the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. That's the only team I ever seen do it without a quarterback. I mean, legitimately without. Maybe the 85 Bears, but we talking about the 2 greatest defenses of all time. If you ain't got that, you better have a quarterback that can get it done. And the Steelers have never had a quarterback that can get it done since Ben Roethlisberger. They was out there with guys like Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett. Hey, Mike Tomlin.
And again, even when you look at when those guys came out of college, there were other better quarterbacks available.
And the ownership did not go out and get these quarterbacks. And that is why they have not been to a Super Bowl.
I just want to add, Cam Hayward is holding out because of a contract dispute. So
Cam Hayward is 72 years old.
This is going to get worse. This is going to get worse. Hey, let me go ahead. You know what? Let me go ahead and start this countdown.
32 years old. I'm dead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We will not have a show Thursday. Thursday is a travel day. It is Orange Blossom Classic. We will be in Miami, if God so sees fit. Hopefully, at some point over the weekend, I'm in all white on a yacht party. Let me knock on wood. Also, don't say that too loud because that blonde-haired lady might hear. But it has been an amazing week. I got to work with amazing people on a panel. I got to see different things this week online about my Florida State Seminoles. And I got to hear feedback from fans. And for everybody who discovered me on the ONG podcast, hey, welcome. We family. It's all good. Come sit down. Enjoy yourself. But now let's get to the bullshit.
Oh.
Look. Football season is here. And
ain't it though? Hallelujah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Amen.
Go ahead. Amen.
The good natured Troy that you're gonna see, that you've seen in the off season, when that ball kick off, it's not gonna be the same Troy.
He said good natured Troy.
You been good natured, bro.
But I need Rattler Nation and I need Bison Nation to hear me. I need y'all help. I need y'all to help me be petty. I need y'all to sell out the Orange Blossom Classic. Hear me out. Them Ibis people, they have not sold out their game against Notre Dame. This is going to be their biggest game all year. They ain't sold it out. Please, for the love of God, grant me this one wish. I'm Ray J. Just one wish. Just one wish. Outsell that game that they're going to play against Notre Dame. Let the Orange Blossom Classic be bigger. I promise you, my podcast mates will mute my mic. It will not be over. It won't. It will not be over. It won't. They get 5 people to go to their games every year. They don't sell out season tickets. I'm sorry. The Irish person corrected me. They do sell out of their season tickets, but they don't show up. I don't know why they don't show up. I don't understand why they don't show up. But for whatever reason, they don't show up. Just do me this one favor. That's all I ask. Go out, enjoy a good game. I know it's at 3 o'clock, but it's in Miami. And as JP said, hydrate. He said hydrate with water. I'm saying hydrate. Margarita, Long Island iced tea.
Margarita ain't water.
Enjoy yourself. You only live once. Get you a drink, get you something to eat. Sit down and enjoy a good old-fashioned football game, HBCU football game, in the Ibis rented stadium. That ain't their stadium. They don't own that. The HOA won't allow them to have a stadium. So, did you know the Ibis got a practice field that's the same size as the school in Daytona?
Man, stop.
And the Ibis people trying to talk like they're better than somebody.
Troy, wrap it up. You.
I'm just saying.
Wrap it up, B.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. So I say all that to say this. EA, I will not be at the let.
I don't think Miss Troy gonna let that happen.
I won't.
We might not
ever
be seen or heard from again.
That won't happen. That won't happen. Listen. If they get the lower bowl field, that's still better than them Ibis people. I'm celebrating. That's all I'm saying. Help me out. That's all. Help your boy out. That's all I'm saying. Help me out. Doc, what you got for us this week?
Oh, shit. Let's see. This week we got Saturday. We got pregame. We got halftime. We got postgame shows. This Saturday for football season to kick off. Other than that, Baton Rouge Tech, y'all better not disappoint me on Saturday night. I'm counting on y'all to keep this streak going with swag dominance over the MEAC. Other than that, man, I want to personally take this time to send condolences to young man. I don't have the name of him, but he went to Lancaster High School here in DFW area, and he passed away after football practice. Don't know if it was from heat, the heat or anything like that, but just kind of put that young man and his family in the prayers. This weekend is the last weekend of arguably scrimmages in high school, and next week gets down to the nitty gritty first game of the season. Probably going to the first game of the season. Hoping I don't see nobody fly down the bleachers like I saw 2 years ago. That shit was funny. But also, it is. Let's put it just like this. It's football season, y'all. Football season get ready to start. If you got a wedding that you trying to plan during football season, don't call me because I'm gonna say hell no. If you talking about let's go on a date on a Saturday night and it ain't considered of a football game, I'm gonna look at you crazy. Please, if somebody's trying to date me right now, you please do not on Sunday, Monday, later on down the line, it could be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Let's just put it like this: the whole week. Please don't bother me. Please don't bother me because it's football season. It's football season. I'm just gonna be like Daddy, hallelujah. It is football season. Amen.
Amen.
And yes. But yeah, please don't disturb my peace during football season. Don't disturb my peace during football season. And it's gonna be a lot of pettiness next week because unfortunately we got a pirate on here and I'm a Tiger and all the pettiness is gonna be in the group chat next week. But always, man, be blessed, be safe, hug your loved ones, love on your loved ones. Always, crash out on your kids and beat their ass out the penitentiary. Y'all be easy.
Oh, you forgot your one saying.
What's that?
F Donald Trump. You forgot that.
Oh, fuck Donald Trump.
There you go.
DP, what you got for
gotta make it official.
My bad. Fuck Donald Trump.
I always say it for. I got you.
I'm gonna keep it short. I know all y'all got your fantasy football teams getting ready to get drafted next week. Stay away from CMC. That's all I'm gonna tell you. CMC gonna look good on paper. He looked good, in years past. Take him off your list, man. It's gonna be you're gonna ruin your team on the first day. Outside of that, man, the preseason has been going in full swing. We seeing a lot of these rookies getting some burn. Shout out to my boy Jalen Smith getting his first career interception in the preseason. I told you he was a dog. He gonna continue to show it week in and week out. I'm just hoping that he's able to get some actual burn in the regular season, which I know he will, because when you put in the work, you get rewarded. So I'm just excited for the season. Football is back, baby. And look, y'all want to hear? Come in on Thursdays, and we're gonna give you the rundown. We're gonna give you the pretty, the ugly, and everything in between. But that's my time. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, and that's when we really gonna start to get going because we're gonna know final rosters. We're gonna know how the teams are set up, and I'm gonna give you my projections division by division.
Miss Danny? wait, hold on, wait, what? Hold on, wait, what's for dinner? Why we ain't getting the invite?
Y'all gotta come to the new spot. Come on down. I cook for y'all. I love the kitchen. But I will tell you this, Pirates, I don't play about my Pirates. You hear me? Or my Eagles. All right? You hear me?
Eagles?
That is a big ass knife.
It is a big ass knife. You got that right.
What are you up there?
Right?
Butchering cows? God damn.
Oh god.
Oh, we
What we
about to get
doing?
careful.
She cooked with a sword.
So do, baby.
She got a samurai sword. That's nice, bigger than you.
Ain't nothing bigger than me.
You know what?
I'm just saying. Look, I I gotta thank y'all for real for all your support um over the last month and a half. That meant a lot to me. I was able to do what I needed to do. And now I'm back. I'm back home. Um feeling good. Um and the season has started. Like it's back to school time. And so for us that means the internship program is that's about to kick off. We're about to have the largest cohort at SUNO that we've ever had. So I'm really excited about that. But I think AD Matthews today put it in the best words, right? It's about opportunity. And I'm so grateful to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to help lead in ways with the conference office and with SUNO, that's always providing more opportunities. Um, I it's hard for me to look at these kids who are out here and they doing it all on their own. Everything is just they're literally doing it on their own. And you talk to some of their families or you hear about their families. And it's not that some of their parents can't help, it's just that they won't. And I've heard parents say, well, if I struggled, you gotta struggle too. Why? Why would you want your child to struggle unnecessarily? Life is going to bring its own struggles. But if you're in a position to help, I'm not saying you got to take a child on and make them your own and pay their whole way or whatever. But I believe that when we are in a position to be a blessing, to help, to mentor, to teach, to pay it forward, right? Or pay it back. You may not be paying it for. You may be paying it back from what you received. Do that. We ain't got time for messy parenting. We ain't got time for parenting that is built and bent on you got to do what I did. Or you know what I'm saying? I had to struggle, so you finna struggle too. So now we both in the same spot. It don't make no sense. So I'm grateful that and as things progress with me this year, I'll be able to help more kids. And my goal is based off of some of the things that have happened in my life. Um, I'm looking to start a scholarship fund for the kids in this internship program. Because they deserve it, they need it, and so do we. We need more young Black kids who are looking to do this work in media. We need people to come in and run and be an engineer for Fat Mouth Sportsnet. We need that. We need someone that's going to get on Doc's show and run the back end for him. And we can't do that if we're not giving these kids more opportunities. And so that's I mean, I wanted to say something smart about the cowgirls, but I'm gonna leave Doc alone just for now. That ain't, oh Troy. Now you ain't have to do me like that and put the disclaimer up. Like that ain't deserve the disclaimer, did it? I ain't even said nothing crazy yet.
You said yet.
I'ma save it. I'ma save it for the first weekend. I'm gonna save it for opening weekend. Then I'm really talking. Yeah, y'all gonna be like, oh man, Danny got a twin. Y'all know my mouth be a little reckless sometimes. So, but just, I'm gonna give Marlo a run for his money this year.
Oh God. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube again.
But look, for
Still
real,
bad.
that's really it. I'm looking forward to doing some things exciting this year with our interns. So y'all stay tuned. We got some really great and talented and creative interns this year. But other than that, it's F the cowgirls. It's you know, um go pirates. We walk pirates walk around with swords, right? So, you know,
Damn.
that's all I got. Yay. Happy
Oh
football season,
man.
y'all. Hey.
Oh man. Lord,
Cowboys flying.
every time we do this, we run the risk of getting banned. I don't know how this is gonna shake out. I don't know what's gonna be said. Malo, sir, what you got for us this week?
Well, I'm gonna start off.
And we losing.
Financially. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Nothing I'm gonna say is financial advice, but if you want to win some money this year betting on football, bet on the Bucks. Nobody's talking about it, so I'm just letting you know where where the gold is. If you notice, our second and third string defense has been playing lights out. The starters hadn't even seen the field yet. So this is indicative to having a team with depth. We have a top five offensive line. We got a top five receiving core. We got a top 10 quarterback. We got a top 10 running back. And our defense is coming along. I'm just telling you what I know, not what I heard. If you want to win you some money this year, put your money on Tampa Bay. That being said, don't put your money on the school in Daytona. Cause you damn sure, if you got something you just want to give away, donate it to SUNO, or find you a kid, a sponsor who's going to school who might need a little help, and give it to them. Cause if you betting with that school in Daytona, you might as well walk outside, throw your money in the air, and see how many birds catch it. That's my betting advice for
Oh
this
my God.
weekend. So,
Oh
as in always, lead
my
with
God.
love. And let's go Bucks.
He just say leave it love. He just took my saying after he just ran the people into a bus. Oh my God.
Yes, he did say lead with love. You better be glad he didn't say slap the rattler on on the button, see the tail shake.
Hey, what's going on,
Why you
HBCU
had to
band
bring
talk?
that up?
You came in at the most inopportune time, band talk. My bad. Yeah, yeah.
If you just got some money you want to give away, I'm telling you, donate it to them kids. They need it. Don't waste your time calling them people talking about something you need to get a bet in. Don't do that.
So since I got to do this every week, Bethune Cookman has been very gracious to us, even amidst all of our slander. That being said, Lord
It
Jamal,
ain't
sir.
slang. It's the truth.
Oh Jesus, Lord Jamal, what you got for us today?
Amen. It's football season. Hallelujah. Thank Jesus. But I'm about to crash out on basketball for a quick second. Y'all hear me talk about WNBA and women's ball a lot because I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching basketball in general. I love football. Basketball has been my life, my entire life. So, you have heard me say the WNBA got to get rid of lazy leadership. Got to get rid of lazy ownership. They got to get rid of lazy ownership. About 3 months ago, y'all heard me say, hey, The Connecticut Sun are trying to sell the team. They don't have any buyers. They would like to keep the team in Connecticut, but if they can't, they're willing to part with the team. Flash forward to 3 weeks ago, it was revealed that a group in Boston offered the WNBA and the Connecticut Sun $325 million for the team. And guess what Kathy did? Didn't take it to the Board of Governors, so the sale technically fell through. Why she didn't take it? This is record breaking. A team has never sold for that amount, right? Take you on a little bit of a historical journey. The Connecticut Sun used to be the Orlando Miracle. When the Orlando Magic franchise decided to drop the team, the Connecticut Sun stepped in and moved the team to Connecticut. So that's been about 20 years. She blocked the sale of a team because she, out of her own mouth, said they want NBA millionaires. They don't want regular non-NBA millionaires. Now, if you recall, 6 months ago, y'all also heard me say that the NBA is breaking antitrust laws when it comes to the WNBA, and they are subsidizing the NBA with money from the WNBA. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? Why would you block the sale of a team for $325 million that would move it to an amazing basketball city of Boston during the CBA contract negotiations? The players, in my opinion, not have ammo to go after whatever they want because they are colluding and stifling the growth of the league, i.e. stifling and colluding with the growth of wages, opportunities, you name it, right? One day, and I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm not gonna crash out too bad because I gotta finish my homework and I don't want to be mad. And Asia Wilson is playing right now, so I'm gonna go watch the game. One day, and you can look for it on Fat My Sports. I'm gonna give Shorty exclusive rights. One day, I am going to sit down and write an essay and take you through all of the antitrust laws that have been broken and the collusion that has absolutely stifled the growth of this league in 25 years. You cannot say you want the league to grow, and then when somebody offers you top money for something, you turn it down. You cannot want the league to grow, but you're trying to force a team back to Houston to bad ownership that lost it the first time. You cannot say you want a team to grow and you don't want to, honest to God, listen to what the players are saying while you're going through a CBA. The CBA negotiations have been going on since January, and honest to God, I said it here first last year, they're probably going to strike, and I hope they do. Businesses and folks don't understand, hey, man, you got your foot on my neck. They only understand when you either start fighting fire with fire or you start attacking how they make their money. Do with that what you please. That also works in everyday life. Look at Target. That's my rant for the day. Fuck Donald Trump. Slap a Nazi. Crash the fuck out when people got you fucked up. I'm Lord Jamal.
Man, that is definitely a Fat Mouth episode right there, if I ever saw one. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for coming out for another episode of Fat Mouth Sports. Oh man,
I feel you, Lord Jamal. He said,
I want to know who gave this lady that big ass knife. Who gave her that big ass knife? That's what we really need to know.
It's a chef's
That
knife.
is not a knife. When it's over a certain number of inches, it is now considered a fucking sword.
A machete.
She got a goddamn katana. She cooked with a katana.
She do.
She practicing for Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
Listen, thank you everybody. No show next week, but we will coordinate with Doc on Saturday post sweat MEAC sweat challenge. So we'll coordinate that. No show next Thursday, but we will go live at some point in Miami because
hey, just make sure it's not at the strip club, okay?
I do not know what you're talking about.
Wait, Dana, why are you so loud?
I do not know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, because you know they're going to come out.
We're so wholesome.
All them black men down there, y'all be safe now.
Go live. Finna go live. Go live. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
All right,
got
y'all.
some for them.
Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Oh man.